So yung mga terminologies ngayon, recall natin, halimbawa sa number 5, the method of least squares was used. Monthly data for the past 4 years, given. Okay, sabi dyan, were used for the regression. By the way, yung least squares, no? Pwede nyo gamitan ng Excel. Pagka sa bahay kayo, kung maalam kayo doon, mapapalabas yung value ng B tsaka value ng A. Ipapasok niya lang yung mga data. No? Ako ginagawa ko personally, gagamitan ko muna ng Excel. Di alam ko na yung dapat maging sagot. Tsaka ako compute manually yung ginawa natin ngayon. So may basis ako for comparison. Pagka nagkapareho sila, somehow I can say, tama ginawa ko. Kaya manual tayo sa discussion. Sa board exam kasi, hindi ka pwede magdala ng computer. No? Okay, kahit yun na yung cellphone mo, hindi pwede may Excel yan. No? Pang-check lang sa gawa. Ha? Okay, ngayon, sabi dito, ginamitan ng regression. And the following computer output, kita nyo, computer output was received. Intercept, 8,000. Apply what you learned. Ano yan? Fixed cost. Okay. Slope, 6. Ano yan? Yung variable cost per cost driver. In other words, anong letter yan? B. Siya yung B. Tapos sabi pa, coefficient of correlation, 0.8. Nire-represent yan by what letter? R. Okay. Ngayon, gamitin lang natin yung data, pinapagamit eh. Huwag muna natin pansinin yung coefficient of correlation. Tsaka tayo mag-comment later, no? Okay, number 1, what is the cost formula? So wala kang kukumputin dito, gagamitin mo lang yung data given. What is your cost formula? Y equals 8,000 plus 6x. Ganun lang po siya. Pero kung hindi natin alam kung ano yung intercept, hindi natin alam kung ano yung slope, medyo tagilid tayo dyan. Okay? Number 2, using the cost formula, predict the cost of maintenance if 650 maintenance hours are to be worked next month. Final answer na. What's your answer? Very good. 11,900. So, 6 times 650, kung ano man ang result, plus 8,000, nakuha mo 11,900. Number 3, what percentage of the variability in maintenance costs is explained by the number of maintenance hours? Stop tayo doon. Percentage of the variability. Yung variability, ibang word, change. So, percentage of the changes in maintenance cost explained by the number of maintenance hours. Yung maintenance hours, yun yung independent variable. Kung na-note nyo yung pinag-usapan last meeting, okay, yan yun. The percentage of the changes in costs explained by the independent variable. In other words, ano tinatanong sa number 3? Coefficient of? Yun. Okay. Wordings lang no? So that is coefficient of determination. And that is represented by what again? R squared. So what's your answer? 64%. Diba? Kasi po, yung R, 0.8. Kaya ang hinihingi, R squared, 64%. So that's our answer. And nagtanong, do you think the equation will predict well? Ano sagot niyo? Yes or no? Do you think the equation will predict well? Yes or no? No answer. Class, di ba sabi natin, ano perfect ng R? 1. Ano perfect ng R squared? 100%. Kailan maganda ang data? 100% or close to 100%. Right? May na-mention pa yata ako sa inyo, yung ibang analyst, para sa kanila'y pasado, ang coefficient of determination, 90% and above. Okay, ito ho, ano nakuha natin? 64% ang layo. Okay, balik tayo sa tanong. Do you think the equation will predict well? Your answer, no. Tapos may tanong pa, why or why not? Ano sagot? Why not? Kasi no eh, di ba? Di why not? Hindi, baka galit na yung iba dyan, galit na kaagad. Okay. Bakit? Di ba sabi natin no? Why or why not? Ano sagot natin? Because the coefficient of determination is very low. O yun lang po yun. No? Very low. 64%, very low. Dapat nga 90% and above. Yun, no? Okay, so napansin nyo, kung nasusundan natin yung mga discussions, madali lang itong item na to. Ina-apply lang natin yung natutuhan. Number 4, using the results from the regression equation, predict the cost of maintenance for next year if 7,500 machine hours are predicted. So, posible ginawa nyo yung 7,500, ni-multiply nyo ng 6. Nakuha mo yung resulta. 45,000 siguro yun. Tapos, inad mo yung intercept na 8,000. Kaya ang naging answer mo ay 53,000. At kung yun ang sagot mo, mali ka. Bakit mali? Bakit mali? Next year. Ang sabi dyan, predict the cost of maintenance for next year. Okay. Ano po ba yung 8,000 na yan? Per month. Kasi sa number 2, sabi, hindi, sa first paragraph pala. Sa first paragraph, second sentence, monthly data for the past 4 years were used in the regression. Ang nag-result, intercept 8,000. Therefore, yung 8,000 na yan ay fixed cost yan per month. Dalang ginamit, monthly data. Pero sa number 4, ano tinatanong? Next year. So what should you have done first? Yung 8,000, ni-multiply mo muna by 12. Plus, ingat tayo doon, ha? Sa bagay, ako lang yata nagugulo, tama naman yata sagot nyo, no? What's your final answer? Yun, 141,000. Okay? Bali, 8,000 times 12 muna. Tapos, kaya mo i-add yung 45,000. Para makuha mo, 141,000. Okay? Number 6. The company is making plans for the introduction of a new product which has a target selling price of 7 per unit. The following estimates of manufacturing costs have been derived for, pakipansin, for 6 million units to be produced during the first year. Ang material, 6 million pesos, yan ho ay para sa 6 million units. Ano pa? Direct labor, 2,100,000. Nakasabi dyan, 14 pesos per hour. From that information, what can we deduce? Kung yung 2,100,000 kinompute at 14 per hour, how many hours? Okay, yung total na hours para dyan. 2,100,000 divided by 14 para makuha mo number of hours, 150,000 hours. Okay, so 2,100,000 by 14, that would be 150,000 hours. Ngayon, wag mo kalimutan na yan po para sa 6 million units. So, kung yung 150,000 hours para sa 6 million units, how many hours per unit? Paki-compute po natin. Hours per unit equals, paano ko computein? 150,000 divided by 6 million. Plus yung 6 million, yun yung units ha, hindi yun yung materials. Kasi nagkatong 6 million din eh. Okay, so 150,000 divided by 6 million units. Okay, how many hours per unit? 0.025 0.025 what? Ulit, 0.025 0.025
Without S.
Hindi, mali talaga, mali. 0.025 hour per unit. Plus naman, dinig na dinig kaya kayo, yung letter S nyo, dinig na dinig, hours per unit. Wag, 0.025 lang yan, wala pang 1 yan. Hello, hindi siya plural. 0.025. Pagka more than 1 hours, pero ito, less than 1. Yun nga ang 1 eh, singular eh. Pag isa lang, kaya bangyari, dalawang oras. Pero pag isa lang, 1 oras. Dapat alam mo yung singular, hindi ka plural. Okay, so 0.025 hour per unit. Okay, tuloy na natin. Overhead costs have not yet been estimated, but monthly data on total production and overhead for the past 12 months have been analyzed by using the least squares regression. The major overhead cost driver is direct labor hours, with the following results. Fixed overhead cost, 3,200,000. Sa equation, yun ang magiging A. Tama po ba? Yes. Coefficient, ginamit yung term, coefficient of independent variable. Di ba yung independent variable, nire-represent by what letter? X. So, yun yung independent variable, yung X. Ang coefficient daw, 2.25. So, yung 2.25, yun yung numerical coefficient. Kaya, kung gagawa ka ng equation or ng computation, magkano variable cost mo? 2.25 x. In other words, that 2.25 is the B. Hello? Tama po? Yes, okay. Ngayon, letter A, prepare the company's regression equation y equals A plus bx to estimate overhead cost. Okay, overhead pa lang yan, hindi pa kasama yung labor and materials. So what is the formula? Y equals 3,200,000, siya yung A, plus 2.25x. Okay? 3,200,000 plus 2.25x. Kaya talagang dapat naintindihan natin yung wordings eh, no? Letter B, calculate the predicted overhead cost at an activity level of 6,300,000 units. Plus, ang equation ho natin, 3,200,000 plus 2.25x. So, yung 3,200,000, fixed na yon. Kaya lang, ang problema ngayon, ano yung x na imumultiply mo sa 2.25? Di ba yung x yun yung independent variable or number of hours? So, you must know how many hours will be used for 6,300,000 units. Can we find it? Of course, because we know the number of hour per unit. Ilan po? 0.025. So, multiplyin mo yung 6,300,000 by 0.025. Para makuha mo ilang oras? 157,500. Yun ang imumultiply mo ng 2.25. Sana nasusundan po, no? So, 157,500 times 2.25. Whatever is the result, add mo po sa fixed na 3,200,000. So, the answer to letter B is what? 3,554,375. 3,554,375. Nasusundan po? Okay, letter C. What is the company's dependent variable in this case? What's your answer? Review na lang ng natutuhan. Ano ang dependent variable dito? Anong letter pa ginagamit to represent the dependent variable? Y. O, alin yung Y dyan? Overhead cost. No? So, letter C, overhead cost. The dependent variable is the overhead cost. Letter D, tingnan nyo mabuti wordings. How can the company evaluate the quality? Siguro markahan nyo na yun eh. Quality of its regression equation. Paano sasagutin yan? Okay, di ba class, yung data maganda kung yung coefficient of correlation R is, kung the best nga eh, is what? 1. At kung yung coefficient of determination niya ay ano po? 100%. So kung tinatanong ka, how can the company evaluate the quality of its regression equation? Ang sagot po, compute the coefficient of determination. Compute the coefficient of determination. Hindi ko matandaan po nabanggit ko sa inyo last meeting na yung coefficient of determination, tinatawag din siyang measure of the goodness of fit. No? The coefficient of determination is the measure of the goodness of fit. Yung fit, F-I-T, baka isulat mo dyan, no? Measure of the goodness of fit. Ibig sabihin, pag maganda yung coefficient of determination mo, maganda yung equation mo. Kaya yung tinatanong sa'yo, paano i-evaluate quality, compute the coefficient of determination. Okay, number 7. So class, matatapos po natin yung chapter tonight. Kung may time pa siguro, i-introduce ko na yung next chapter. Natanggap nyo na yung handouts, ABC. Meron na, no? Activity-based costing. Yung activity-based costing, weekly lang yan. Isang session lang yan. So, siguro sa Monday, kahit na hindi natin umpisahan ngayon, sa next Monday, tapos yan. 3 hours, 2.5 hours ng budget yan. No? Sandali lang yan. Kaya, Monday after next pa, cost volume profit and break-even analysis na po tayo. Papadistribute po yung handout siguro this week. No? Para alam nyo kung anong plano, kung anong gagawin yung rally nyo susunod. Kasi alam ko naman nag-aaral kayo in advance eh. No? Kayo pa. Di ba? Pagkatapos na ng cost volume profit and break-even analysis, standard costing. Yung mga variances. Pagkatapos noon, product costing. Absorption and variable costing. Siguro hanggang doon, tapos first freeboard na. O kung di kaya, pag mabilis pa rin ang pacing natin, aabot hanggang differential cost analysis. So, pinaka-dulo yun siguro, bago mag-first freeboard. Pero bago mag-Christmas break, mag-holiday break, hindi ko alam kung saan na tayo aabot, no? Baka umabot tayo ng standard costing kung sakali. Depende sa pacing. Pero nga, para alam niyo yung pagkakasunod-sunod. Para kung gusto niyo mag-aral in advance, lalo na sa holiday break, no? May time kayo, pwede na kayo mag-advance para bago mag-first freeboard, okay na kayo. No? Mabawasan ng pressure. Anyway, number 7, the company has 3 costs. Yung A, variable. B, fixed. C, semi-variable. Okay. So, 3 types of costs as to behavior. The company uses the high-low method and extracted the following data from its records. So, there are 3 bullets here. Di ba yung dot na malaki bullet kung tawagin yan? No? First bullet, at 180,000 hours of activity, cost A total 2,610,000. Anong klaseng cost uli si A class? Variable. E di, kung variable naman pala yan, we can compute na the variable rate per hour. Sige nga po, 2,610,000 divided by 180,000 hours mula sa first bullet. Makukuha niyo po ay yung rate niya per hour ng cost A. Magkano na ba niya? Sorry po. 14.5. Sige po, note lang po natin yan, ano? Baka gagamitin namin yan. Okay, second bullet. At 140,000 hours, the low point during the period, cost C total 1,498,000. At 200,000 hours, the high point, cost C's fixed portion amounted to 1.75 per hour. Plus, anong klaseng cost si C? Semi-variable, mixed cost. Tapos ang ibinigay dyan sa 140,000 hours, yun daw yung low point. Ang cost niya, 1,498,000. So, yung 1,498,000, composed of variable and fixed cost components yun, kasi mixed cost siya eh. Tapos, sabi pa, at 200,000 hours, the high point. Yun daw cost niya, anong cost? Fixed, amounted to 1.75 per hour. So, you can compute the total fixed cost at that level. Magkano po? 200,000 times 1.75, total fixed cost at that level is, magkano po? 350,000? Note lang po natin. Fixed cost, 350,000. Third bullet. At 160,000 hours of activity, the sum of costs A, B, and C amounted to 8,162,000. Yan eh, total na nung tatlo. Okay, mga requirements po. Letter A, compute the variable portion total of cost C at 140,000 hours of activity. Okay, hindi ba sa second bullet, yung 140,000 hours ng cost C, 1,498,000. Total yon, variable and fixed. So we're talking about 140,000 at 140,000 hours. Okay, we're talking about cost C. At 140,000 hours, ang total cost niya po ay 1,498,000. Okay. Hindi ba na-compute natin kung magkano ang fixed cost ni Cosi? Magkano na nga yung fixed cost niya? 350,000. Ay, teka. Paano natin kinumpute yung 350 kanina? Ano yung multiply natin? 200,000 times 1.75 ay plus nakuha natin 350. So lumalabas itong fixed cost na to na 350 para sa 200,000 hours. Ang kaso, ang ginagawa natin ngayon para sa 140,000 hours eh. Okay lang yan? Yes, bakit? Eh, fixed cost kaya yan, constant. Okay? Kahit ilang oras pa yan, within the relevant range, tama. So, na-compute mo yung total para sa 200,000 hours. Eh, fixed cost yan. Yun din yung total para sa 140,000. Kaya, ano tinatanong? Variable portion. So, magkano ang variable cost portion sa 140,000 hours nitong si Cosi? 1,148,000. 1,148,000. So, this is the answer to letter A. Okay, letter B. Compute cost C, total, at 160,000 hours of activity. So, cost C pa rin. Pero this time at 160,000 hours. Okay, so how do we do this? Start muna with variable cost kasi hinahanap ngayon total cost eh. Okay, paano ko compute yung variable cost niya? 160,000 hours multiplied by the variable rate niya. Pero class, walang given eh. Can we compute the variable rate per hour of costing? Yes. Saan mo kukunin? Ito. Variable cost to eh. Para sa ilang oras to? 140. So the variable rate of costing will be 1,148,000 divided by 140,000. Bakso yun? 8.2? 8.2. Sakto, no? So 8.2. Kaya lang class, yung 8.2 na yan para sa 140,000 hours. Huwag mong kalimutan, nasa 160,000 hours tayo. Okay lang? Kasi constant. Okay, so times 8.2. So makukuha mo ngayon yung variable cost niya. No? Ano ba hinihingi? Yung total cost niya. So add mo yung fixed cost. Magkano fixed cost niya? 350 pa rin. Kahit ilang oras pa. No? Kaya ang magiging total cost ni Cosi at 160,000 hours ay magkano po? 1,662,000. Okay, 1,662,000. Alam niyo, maganda itong problem na ito eh. Ang totoo, last batch, kasama sa Los eh. Hindi ko siya tinanggal kasi nagagandahan talaga ako. Tatlong klaseng costs sa isang problem. Variable, fixed, mixed. Tapos talagang na-review mo yung behavior nila. Okay? Na magandang pang-practice. Letter C, compute cost B total at 160,000 hours of activity. So, hinahanap si cost B at 160,000 hours. Okay. Hindi ba sabi ng third bullet, at 160,000 hours of activity, the sum of costs A, B, and C amounted to 8,162,000. So, pwede tayo doon mag-start, no? Total cost, A, B, and C. Okay. Sabi ko ay 8,162,000. Ano hinahanap? Si B. So, para mahanap si B, what should you do? I-minus mo si A, tsaka si C. Anong klaseng cost po ulit si A? Variable eh. Magkano na nga yung rate niya, kinumpute natin kanina? Yun, gamitin natin. Okay? 14.5 per hour. So what do we do? 160,000 times 14.5. Makukuha mo siya. Okay? Tapos si C, na-compute na natin. Ito yun. Total cost niya at 160,000 hours. So that is 1,662,000. Teka klase, magiging format ha. Iusod ko rito, 8,162,000 para hindi na tayo mag-rule. So tapos yung dalawa, total mo. Nasusunod niya. O, kaya pagka pinag-subtract mo, ano resulta? Cost B. Okay, eto po siya. Yung mga nag-solve na, did you get 4,180,000?
Yes.
Okay, 4,180,000. Maganda yung problem sa totoo lang. Okay, itong number 8 ko, actual board problem. Basahin natin, pag-practicean, ano? Hindi ko rin tinatanggal standouts to. Maganda pa rin kasi. Clio Company wants to determine the factors that are associated with overhead. The controller constructed pansinin, a multiple regression equation using the following independent variables. Kita nyo, plural siya, independent variables, kasi multiple regression, maraming independent variables. Ano daw yun? Direct labor hours, number of setups, and number of purchase orders. So tatlo po, kaya multiple. The analysis was run using the past 50 months of data. And from the printout, so gumamit na naman ng computer, the following data were obtained. No? Intercept, 10,000. Pasensya na, makulit na, no? Ano na intercept na? Fixed cost. Tapos, rates of variability. Given na po, hindi na tayo magko-compute, no? Yung direct labor hours, ang rate niya 5 pesos. Pero ang pinapagamit sa atin, H, to represent direct labor hours. Pagka kasi simple regression, isa lang ang independent variable, gamit lang natin X. Pero hindi naman po pwedeng kung tatlo, puro X pa rin eh. Kaya ngayon, pag labor hours, H. Kaya halimbawa, tinanong kita, how do you compute, how do you present computation of total direct labor cost in this, total cost if the driver's labor hours. Paano lalabas equation yan? 5 times H or simply 5H. Hello? Okay, para bang BX, gano'n. Ito naman, 5X or 5H. Number of setups, plus alam naman natin yung setups, di ba? Setups. Yung nyari, magpuproduce ka ng product, gagamit ka ng machine. Pag hindi pag-on ng machine, andar na kaagad siya. Sineset up mo na siya, inaayos mo na. Preparation before actual production. That is setup. Alam ko naman, alam niyo yun. Yung mga sabi, maganda nga doon talaga yung setup sa katawan, di ba? Pag umaga, set up, push up, yung mga ganun. Okay, anyway, ang gagamitin mo daw ay S. At ang rate niya po ay 200. So magkano siya sa equation? 200S. Number of purchase orders, use P. So how's that in the equation? 4P. Tapos number of observations, N. Ang sabi ko dyan ay 50. So sa equation, paano mo siya papakita? 50. Kung mo mapakita-kita yan. Okay. Number of observations yan. Anyway, uy, may sumingit pa. R squared, 0.96. Or 96%. Anong ginagawa niyo dyan? Binibigyan tayo ng assurance, maganda quality ng data natin. Bakit? Because R squared is 96%. Very close to 100%. Pasadong-pasado siya. Yun lang. Okay, number 1, write out the cost formula for monthly overhead for Clio Company. How's that? Y equals, fix muna, 10,000 plus 5H plus 200S plus 4P. Yun lang po. Plus, huwag yung sabihin, ano? Actual board item to sinosolve natin ngayon. Lumabas na ho yan sa board exam natin. Okay, so Y equals 10,000 plus 5H plus 200S plus 4P. Number 2, if Clio budgets the following for next month, what is the budgeted overhead cost? So kung direct labor hours daw po 200, substitute lang po natin, di po ba? Okay, yung number of setups 30, substitute lang. So how do you compute? Overhead equals what? 10,000 plus 5 times 200 plus 200 times 30 plus 4 times 150. Plus, are you following? Okay. Sige po, compare tayo. Final answer. Okay, kuha. 17,600. So, the final answer is 17,600. Ewan ko kung nare-realize natin, kung nag-solve kayo in advance, tapos nag-compare na lang kayo halos ngayon, tapos tama yung ginawa nyo, sarap na pakiramdam. Kumbaga yung effort nyo hindi nasayang. O di kaya, kung hindi nyo man nagawa, pero ngayon nasusundan yung discussion, kahit ngayon nyo palang kinocompute, pero pagdating sa dulo, final answer, pareho tayo, ibig sabihin nasusundan nyo. So, okay, nakakadagdag ng confidence. Okay, sana ganun talaga, no? Hindi kaya nag-solve talaga in advance. Mahirap yung alas 3 oras ka dyan, ano nangyari? Paano daw? Yung gano'n. Yun medyo mahirap yun. Pero ma-avoid yun talaga if you study in advance. Okay? Number 3. Suppose that the engineers expect the number of setups to increase by 20%. Sa number 2, ilan yung setups? 30. So it will increase by 20%. So ilan ang additional setups? 6. How much additional overhead cost would be incurred for the following month? E di 6 times magkano ba per setup? 200. O di 6 times 200 lang po. And what's the answer? 1,200. 1,200. Kung hindi kayo nahirapan, nakakadagdag ulit ng confidence kasi nga sabi ko, actual board exam question po ito. Okay? Tapos yung kanina, ano bang problem yun? Nakalimutan ko kasi sabihin eh. Yung number, yung 0.025 hour per unit. No? Number 6, ano? Plus, baka kasi galawin to. No? Nag-focus lang yung problem, yung diniscuss natin. Nag-focus lang siya sa overhead. Magkano ang cost formula for overhead, magkano total overhead cost for 6,130,000 units, tapos yung overhead lang. Kung ako examiner, kukunin ko itong problem na to, pero ang tatanong ko, magkano total production cost at 6,130,000 units. So hindi overhead lang. Tapos sasama ko sa choices yung sagot na kunyari overhead lang. Para pag hindi nyo napansin ang tinatanong total production cost, masaya pa rin kayong umuwi. Pero plus, wag yung, be careful. Kasi pag ginalaw yan, tinanong what is the total production cost for 2 million or for 6,130,000 units, hindi overhead lang yun kasi total production cost na. Isasama mo pati ano po, materials and labor. Kasi may figure lang dyan. Makukompute po yun. Na? So, titingnan nyo mabuti. Kasi minsan ganun, kukopyahin lang from a material, pero i-revise. Isang word lang baguhin, iba na sagot. So kahit na napaka-familiar kayo sa problem, minsan kasi may tendency, nasa hanap, so alam ko to. Basahin nyo pa rin. Kasi baka may binago. Yun lang per month, gagawin per year, ibang usapan na yun. Na? Okay. Number 9, the last item. The chief establishment, ito actual board din po ito. Pero matagal na binigay ito, 1980s. Bakit nire-recycle kayo? Minsan ano, kung hindi man exactly the same, binabago-bago lang ang figures. Nangyayari ho yun. Meron nga akong isang na-trace, ang tagal-tagal na binigay eh. Pero binigay lang, ito lang yun. Ganun po yun. Kaya po sabi ko, actual board. Tsaka yung intention ko, bakit yung sabing, ito actual board. Pero ang totoo, halimbawa, na-solve nyo na. Tapos sabi ko, ito actual board, na-solve mo na. Tama ka. Sarap ng feeling mo. Diba? Parang nisip ko, sana nung ako nag-take. Gano'n, ano? Parang may isa akong tama. Gano'n. Pero kung bibigay ulit ito, sigurado tatama ka. Okay, has developed the following cost formula. Ano po yung formula? Y equals 100,000 plus 5L plus 10M. Class huling number na to, so in-expect ko yung mga diniscuss natin, pati yung mga underlying concepts, terminologies na retain, no? Kasi halimbawa po, ang equation ay binigay ay y equals a plus bx. Pag yun ang equation, anong klaseng regression? Simple or multiple? Simple. Kasi there's only one independent variable. And what is that independent variable here? Yung x. Wow, okay. Pero diyan ho sa problem, ano ho yung equation na binigay niya? Y equals, makisuyo? 100? 100,000 plus 5L plus 10M? M as in Emma? Okay. Oo daw. Okay, so 100,000 plus 5L plus 10M. What's the fixed cost here? 100,000. Represented by what letter? In the equation? A. So ito ho yung A. Plus 5L plus 10M. What kind of regression analysis is this? Multiple. Why? There are two independent variables. What are those? Oh, sorry. No? Hindi klaro. What are those independent variables?
M.
Okay, tama kayo ba? Hindi. Kasi pagka sinabi mo 5L plus 10M, mali ho yun. Hindi ho sila yung independent variable. Yung 5L plus 10M, sila ho yung variable costs. Okay? Alin talaga? May clear lang ang sagot doon. Alin talaga independent variables dito? Yun. L and M. Yun lang. Kasi ito, dito kanina, wala pala. Y equals A plus BX. Yung X, yan lang ho yung independent variable. So dito sa case na to, si L at saka si M, sila ho yung independent variable. Yung home 5 at saka 10, sila ho yung mga numerical coefficient, sila yung mga variable rate per, okay, per L, di kaya per M. Kaya tama kayo naman, no? Multiple regression to. Okay. Ano pa? Sabi pa ho, where Y is the total monthly manufacturing overhead cost. So plus, yun palang Y, overhead cost pa lang. Wala pa ho diyang kasama na materials and labor. Overhead pa lang yan. And we know very well that overhead is composed of so many items. May variable cost, may fixed cost, may mixed cost. Dito ho, may fixed, may variable. Okay. Where L is the labor hours and M, machine hours. Last paragraph, the measure of goodness of fit is good. Stop tayo doon. Familiar with that line? Yes. What is that measure of the goodness of fit? Wow. Okay, that is the coefficient of determination. Sabi, good. So the coefficient of determination is good. So binibigyan tayo ng assurance na okay yung data natin. Okay? Siguro above 90% yan. Siguro malapit yan sa 100%. Okay? Yun ho pala yun. And, ano pa sabi? And, no evidence of multicollinearity exists. Sabi pang ganun. Ano yun? No evidence of multicollinearity exists. Yung iba sa inyo, na-solve na to. Magdali lang naman to eh. Pero nung sinolve nyo, pinansin nyo ba yun? No evidence of multicollinearity exists. Sabi niya ba, hindi ko siya napansin, pero na-solve ko naman. Bagay. Pero plus kasi baka mamaya, pumikap yung examiner ng question dito, sa theories magtanong. Okay? So, tingnan nga natin, no evidence of multicollinearity exists. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Sabi niya, kung yung word for word ho, alam ko ibig sabihin ng evidence. Tapos, alam ko rin ibig sabihin ng exists. Di ba yung exist, yun yung kabaliktaran ng entrance? Pag ganon. Ang hindi ko alam dito, ano ho yung multicollinearity? Yun nga eh. Baka yun ang tanong. When does multicollinearity exist? At saka pagkakasabi dito, di ba, the measure of goodness of it is good, assurance. Okay yung data. And there is no evidence of multicollinearity, another assurance. Para sinabi sa'yo, buti na lang, walang multicollinearity. So, ibig sabihin, conclusion, multicollinearity is bad. Bad siya. No? Masama ang multicollinearity. Gano'n siya kasama. Pag may multicollinearity, hindi solvable itong problem na ito. Nahihirapan tayo. Buti na lang wala. Baka sasabihin mo, wala naman pala nung problema mo dyan. Okay. Kaso nga, ano ba yun? When does multicollinearity exist? Okay, sige po. Multicollinearity exists when two or more independent variables, ulit po, multicollinearity exists when two or more, may bumubulong, ba't ang bagal niya? Nagdidictate kaya. Okay, ulit. Multicollinearity exists when two or more independent variables are highly correlated with each other. When two or more independent variables are highly correlated with each other. Pwedeng pakimarkahan niyo yung words na independent variables. I-highlight natin, ha? Multicollinearity exists when two or more independent variables are highly correlated with each other. Reviewin po natin yung na-discuss natin. Dito sa equation na to, y equals 100,000 plus 5L plus 10M, alin dyan po ang dependent variable? Alin po ang dependent variable? Y. Okay. Ito po ang dependent variable. Alin dyan po? Ito na pala siya. Ang independent variables naman po ay L and M. Okay? Yung L and M ay independent variables. Ano na-discuss natin nung nakarang meeting? Dapat yung dependent variable tsaka independent variable, dapat sila ho ay related. Okay? Maganda nga kung highly correlated, but hindi ang relasyon. Okay, gano'ng kaganda? Sana halos 1 yung R. Sana halos 100% yung R squared. Okay? Sana meron cause and effect relationship. So, sino ho ang dapat na may relasyon? Ang dapat na may relasyon, si dependent tsaka si independent. Kung may relasyon ho talaga si dependent tsaka si independent, posible ho ba na, o tama ho ba pag sinabi natin, pag gumalaw tong independent, gagalaw si dependent? Yes. May cause and effect relationship eh. So therefore, sa tama na sitwasyon, pag gumalaw si L, gagalaw si Y. Pag gumalaw si M, gagalaw si Y. Yun ho, tama ho yun. Kasi dapat si L tsaka si M may relasyon kay Y. Ulit, dapat ho, yung ideal situation, si L related kay Y, si M related kay Y. Pag gumalaw si L, bigla si M, gagalaw si Y. Yun ang tama. So, sino ang may relasyon? Pasensya na makulit. Sino may relasyon? Dependent and independent. Ngayon, paano kung merong multicollinearity? Kailan nagkakaroon ng multicollinearity? When two or more? Ayun. When two or more independent variables are highly correlated with each other. So, kailan magkakaroon ng multicollinearity? Pag si L, independent variable, at saka si M, independent variable, pag silang dalawa, may relasyon din. E dyan palang magulo ni. Si L, may relasyon kay Y. Si M, may relasyon kay Y. Aba, walang kamalay-malay itong si Y. Ito palang si L at si M, may relasyon din. Grabe sila. Okay. Kaya kung itong dalawang to may relasyon din, what will happen? Pag gumalaw si L, gagalaw si Y. Pero dahil gumalaw si L, gagalaw si M. May relasyon itong dalawa eh. Pero pag gumalaw si M, gagalaw si Y. Pero dahil gumalaw si M, gagalaw din si L. Eh gumalaw si M, gagalaw si Y. Eh kasi gumalaw si L, gagalaw si M. Nakuha po ba natin? Mahalay. Mahalay. Galawan sila ng galawan. Sila. Okay. Kaya hindi maganda pag may multicollinearity. Ang hirap kayang i-solve niyan. Kasi wala nakapirmis eh. Move ng move yung data mo eh. Buti na lang. There is no multicollinearity. Baka sasabihin mo, wala nga. Ba't nagtatadal mo? Class again. Baka mamaya kasi itanong. Ano ba talagang tanong? So, sige na, balik na tayo. Number 1. Determine the total manufacturing overhead cost. Alaga mo na. Hindi pa tapos yung last paragraph. Second sentence, the company will use 10,000 labor hours and 6,000 machine hours next month. So, substitute lang po natin sa equation. So, determine the total manufacturing overhead cost that the company should incur next month. Final answer niya. Final answer? 210,000. Correct. Okay. Paano mo ginawa yun? 100,000 plus 5 times 10,000 plus 10 times 6,000. Okay. Kaya ang sagot ko ay 210,000. Number 2. The company makes a product that has 20 pesos in materials cost. Ito i-interpret natin as 20 pesos per unit. Walang binanggit eh. No, per unit. It requires 2 hours of labor time and 45 minutes of machine time. Pansinin niyo po, 45 minutes of machine time. Hindi mo ba yung M sa equation kanina, anong nire-represent ang M? Machine hours. So hours po, tapos ang binigay, minutes. Para wag kang magkamali, yung minutes, convert nyo na kaagad sa hours. Sige nga po, yung 45 minutes equivalent to how many hours? 0.75. Ulit, 0.75. Uy, magaling na. Okay, okay na yan. Sige, 0.75 hour. laborers earn 20 pesos per hour. What is the products per unit variable manufacturing cost? Sandali, napansin ninyo, what is the products per unit variable manufacturing cost? Hindi ko sinabing variable manufacturing overhead cost. So, kung tanong variable manufacturing cost, hindi overhead lang ang laman, pati materials and labor. Kasi variable manufacturing, no? Okay, so, sasama natin si materials at si labor. Sabi ng problem, magkano daw po ang materials niya? 20 pesos per unit po. Tama po? Okay, tapos labor. Ang sabi ho ng problem ay ang laborers daw, they earn 20 pesos per hour. Okay? So labor, 20 pesos. Sasama po ho ba dito yun? Dadagdag ko rito? Wag ho. Bakit? Per unit ito eh. Ang ino-compute natin per unit. Ano yung 20 pesos? Per hour. Convert mo muna sa per unit. Okay, paano ho yun? How many hours daw do we need per unit? 2 hours. So 2 hours times 20 pesos per hour. That would be 40 per unit. So wag matuksong dagdag lang ng dagdag, no? Dapat per unit plus per unit, hindi per unit plus per hour. And then, what else? Overhead. Ang hinihingi sa atin, variable manufacturing costs. So, ang sasama lang sa overhead, variable overhead lang. Kaya lang plus, don't forget na yung variable overhead natin, dalawang klase. Ano ho yung dalawang klase yun? Yung isa based on labor hours, yung isa based on machine hours. Okay. Yung based on labor hours, mahaba pag sinulat ko pa, no? Para lang guide natin. Based on labor hours. Okay. How many hours? 2 hours. Magkano, base sa equation, yung variable overhead based on labor hours? So, siya ho yung 5L. Hello? Yes. So, kung 5L siya, 2 hours times 5. That will give you 10. Tapos yung based on machine hours. Ito naman ho yung M. Okay. Ilan ho ulit yung machine hours? 0.75. Okay. 0.75 hour times 10. Is that 7.5? So what is our variable manufacturing cost? Is it 77.5? Yes, so the answer is 77.5. So yun po yung final answer. So ingat lang po, no? Kung per unit hinahanap, given ang per hour, convert mo muna sa per unit. Now number 3, suppose that the company could reduce the labor time for the product described in requirement 2 by 30 minutes. So doon natin 2 hours eh. Mare-reduce by 30 minutes. So magiging 1.5 hours. Machine time will remain the same. Pakipansin po ninyo, by how much? Yung natanong ha, by how much? Would the per unit variable manufacturing cost fall? So ano ho ang nagbago? Labor hours. Hindi ngayon labor hours ang nagbago. Labor cost lang mag-change. May epekto rin ho ba yun sa overhead? Yes, yung overhead na based on labor hours din. So, ano magiging bagong cost? Yung materials, 20 pa rin per unit. Pero yung labor cost, iba na ho. 1.5 hours na lang ho, times 20. This will be 30 yata ito. Okay, ano pa? Itong 2 hours na to, magiging 1.5 hours na lang, times 5. Gano yun? 7.5? Okay, 7.5. Tapos, yung based on machine time, di ba wala naman daw change? Hello? Yes, so 7.5 pa rin. So what will be the new variable manufacturing cost? Magkano ba? 65? Hindi ako nag-compute ha? 65. So yung bang 65, yun po yung answer nyo sa number 3? No. Ano final answer nyo? Okay. Ang tinatanong kasi, by how much will the variable manufacturing cost fall? So, by how much? Yung difference. From 77.5 to 65, cost will fall by how much? 12.5? Okay, so the final answer to number 3 is 12.5. That ends 8501. Next meeting will have 8502. Ingat po sa pag-uwi.